Hey there, Libra, and welcome back to Unicorn Tarot for your monthly reading. This is going to be a reading for the month of September 2023, and we're going to take a look at past, present, and near future energies. Also, Libra, if this reading resonates and you want to book a personal reading, all the information about how to do that is in the description box below. And of course, if you enjoy what I do, please consider buying me a cup of coffee. Donation link is below, and any and every amount is greatly appreciated. Let's see. Lots of major arcana cards. Wow, your intuition is like on overdrive this month, and I feel like you're listening to it. You're showing me it's risky. It is risky. There's somebody else involved here. There's a new beginning in love. There's a new phase overall, and you're showing me this is like me jumping off a cliff. I don't know. Is it safe? Is it not? What do I do? But I feel like your intuition is guiding you. Your intuition is telling you exactly what to do, exactly how to feel. In the recent past, you're kind of fighting it, but the more we progress through the reading, the more you're like, all right, letting the universe take the wheel, as they say. So the main energy for your reading this month is the High Priestess. Like I said, your intuition. In the recent past, you get the Nine of Wands, the Emperor, and the Six of Cups. There's a soul connection showing up here for you, a divine connection. And I see you trying to fight it, trying to resist it. Again, you are very intellectual, and your mind is very powerful. And so you're able to kind of dominate yourself. It's like, oh, I feel this. No, I don't. Right? You're able to be very regal and like not vulnerable. You're guarded. There's parts of you which are guarded when it comes to this soul connection. But despite all that, you're like, look, walls, no walls, I know what this is. I understand what I'm feeling here, right? So there is a little bit of like a control battle between you and you in the recent past, but I feel like the emotions they seep a little deeper. In the current situation, you get the Star, the Nine of Cups, and the Page of Swords. You really do want this. You have an immense desire here in the current situation, and your desire is for emotional stability. You're like, I want internal emotional stability. I want emotional balance. I don't want to allow anyone or anything in my life that doesn't support this. Like, that's your one goal. My emotional balance, my emotional stability. But there are some doubts here in the current situation. And I don't know if this is doubts about the other person, doubts about your ability to achieve this. We'll see in a little bit. In the near future, you get the Ace of Pentacles, the Judgment, and the Empress. This is beautiful because you're showing me, okay, new phase, new beginning here in the 3D world. You realize what this is. You realize what you're looking for. You realize that you've kind of like leveled up here and stepped into your own power. Now, I don't know if this is you. For those of you that are dealing with a Taurus, this is your person. But we'll see in the near future. It's definitely like a leveling up of sorts for you energetically and also for your higher self in the near future. So let's clarify. Let's start off by clarifying the High Priestess, which is the main energy for your reading this month. High Priestess is clarified by the Three of Wands, Four of Wands, and the World. You know that you get the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck, which you get in the recent past. You know that this is like a completely brand new beginning, right? Within this connection. You're not at that new beginning phase. So you're kind of right now this month, you're at the tail end. You're closing out the old cycle, okay? You're closing out that old chapter and you're starting a brand new one. You're waiting for the let's start with the brand new one, but you're still closing out the old chapter. And for you, you're kind of like, okay, we get it. I'm closing out the chapter. Let's go. Like, why can't we just already start the new book? You haven't completed everything that you need to in order to fully finish with one in order to move to the other. And what I mean by one, I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about phases, right? You can't just like leave it 30% undone and then start a new phase. The universe is like, no, no, no. You have to completely close out this old phase in order to start a brand new one. And the phase that you're closing out is within this connection, this deep connection, this very strong bond that you share with someone. I don't see breakup. I'm not talking about breakup in terms of closing phases. What I do mean, relationships connection, they will go through cycles. You need to close out one cycle, whatever cycle you're in right now, in order to start a brand new one. And the brand new one is beautiful, which is letting me know that right now you're probably going through a bit of a difficult cycle. Let's take a look at the recent past. We'll start off by clarifying the Nine of Wands in the recent past. Nine of Wands is clarified by the Star, which you get again in the same row in the current situation, the Page of Cups, and the Four of Cups. You're very, very guarded. You're very, very defensive because you want this. You want this connection. You want the love. You want the emotion. And this is you at the bottom of the deck, the King of Swords. I don't assign gender to my cards. You want that fun, flirty feeling, right? But at the same time, you're also pushing it away with this person. So it's kind of like, hey, come here. I want to flirt with you. I want to have feelings for you. But at the same time, you have the Great Wall of China right here, right? You can't have both, okay? It's not like the person can communicate with you through this wall. You have to put your walls down. And you're showing me, I want to put my walls down. I want to have that love bubbling to the surface and this flirtation happening. And, having that loving energy come into the picture, because me not having that makes me unhappy. But at the same time, you're also very guarded. So it's kind of like you can't really have both. You're walking around with a ton of armor, a ton of like protective gear on, and you're like, why don't I feel anything? Because you have protective gear on, emotionally speaking, that is. Let's take a look at the Emperor in the recent past. Oh, okay. If it had fallen, I would have taken it, but because it didn't, I did not. The Emperor is clarified by the Five of Wands, the Three of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. You're very conflicted here because on the one hand, again, you're very closed off and you refuse to open up. You refuse to kind of, wear your heart on your sleeve and just be like, you know what? I care about you. I like you. I enjoy spending time with you. You're very guarded. You're very closed off. On the other hand, you're very conflicted because this does feel good. You do love spending time with this person. You do enjoy their company. You do want to be around them. You do want to hang out with them. You do want to see them, right? But the more you hang out with them, the more you see them, the more time you spend with them, the more emotionally invested you get. And then at the same time, you're like, no, but I don't want to take my armor off. So at least in the recent past, I do see a bit of an internal conflict here for you of like, do I put my armor off? Do I take my armor off or do I not? Like, what do I do? I don't want to get hurt here, but on the other hand, I really like this person. I do have feelings here for them. In the recent past, the feelings were kind of bubbling. I don't see like full-blown love quite yet, but I do see, I like hanging out with you. I like spending time with you. I'm feeling something. Let's take a look at the Six of Cups in the recent past. Six of Cups is clarified by the Death, the King of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. You get the Nine of Cups again in the current situation. A soul connection ended here for you, right? Now, I don't know if it's with this person or somebody else. Take it as it resonates, right? A soul connection did end here for you at some point in the past, and you're showing me ever since that ending, I've just become like a brick wall, like closed off, very like not emotional, not vulnerable. That makes me feel emotionally stable. If you don't feel anything, how are you feeling emotionally stable? You're like me not feeling anything, me being closed off, detached, very set in my ways, very like a brick wall, makes me feel good. You can't not feel anything and feel good. Do you get what I'm saying? You're like, this brings me emotional stability. It doesn't work that way. It's like saying, oh, I'm all covered up, right? I'm literally all covered up and with clothes and everything. And then I go out into the sun and I can feel the sun's rays. No, you can't. Your skin's all covered up. You can't feel the sun if you're all covered up. You know what I mean? You can feel the heat, sure. But anyways, I ramble. Point is, in the recent past, you're like, oh, this feels so good to be closed off. You can't feel anything if you're closing off your emotion, is what I'm saying. Let me know in the comments if that doesn't make sense. Sometimes I feel like my examples don't really land. They make sense to me, but I don't know if they make sense to you. Let's take a look at the Star in the current situation. Star is clarified by the Three of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Six of Pentacles. Your one desire here, and you get the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Your one desire in the current situation is the Lovers. You want this intense soul connection, and I feel for some of you, this is a reconciliation. You want to reconcile because you're showing me my one wish right now, my one desire above everything would be for me and this person to come back together, to rebuild a solid foundation, to have that beautiful flow, that equal give and take of energy come back into the picture, and for like us to be the lovers. The lovers is not just I love you, you love me. It's like our higher selves are in the picture. My higher self loves you and your higher self loves me. This is a soul connection. It's a divine connection. And that's what you want more than anything right now. So for some of you, it may be like, I want to reconcile with this person from the past. For others, it may be like, I want to have a new beginning, and I know that this is the type of love that I'm looking for. Let's take a look at the Nine of Cups in the current situation. Nine of Cups is clarified by the Temperance, the Eight of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. Yeah, you're showing me, I know, like logically, I know I'm going to get to this place of emotional stability, emotional balance. It's only a matter of time. But the thing is, even though you know that you're going to get there, it's stressing you out about how long it's taking to get there. Because right now you're like, look, I want to get to that point where I love you, you love me, where the love is there. Even though I know like it's going to happen in the future at some point, I want it now. And so I do see you really spending a lot of time up in your head thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. Like, when is it going to happen? Why is it taking so long? I feel like in your mind, when it comes to love coming into the picture for you, you have a specific timetable, a specific timeline of how you want it to happen. And even though you know logically divine timing is at play, you're still stressing out about why it's taking so long. Let's take a look at the Page of Swords in the current situation. Page of Swords is clarified by the Knight of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, you, as far as you're concerned, you're like, let's go, 0 to 60. I'm ready. Like, let's make this happen yesterday. You're into this. It lights a fire within you. Like, you're willing to do whatever it takes for you, this person, to come together, to build, to create, to move forward. However, you're slowing it down. This is the complete polar opposite of this. The Knight of Wands is fast. It's like fire. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving energy in the deck. And so I see that if it was up to you, you would be like, you know, building Rome in a day when it comes to this person. Like, you're ready to go. But because you're not really sure where the other person stands, because you don't want to get hurt, because you don't, 100% trust the situation, because again, there's no guarantees here. You're like, okay, because I have these doubts, let's take it slow. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. Let's move slowly, which is fine. I mean, I can see you wanting to move faster, but moving slow is fine as well. It doesn't seem to have any like negative effect here. Let's take a look at the near future and see what this Ace of Pentacles is about. Ace of Pentacles is clarified by the Ten of Swords, the Sun, and the Justice. Yep, you're having a brand new beginning after this difficult ending. Some of you may be dealing with a Leo. It's showing up here. You're having a brand new beginning here. It's like a new phase, a new start. The ending, that's the chapter that you're closing out, and now you guys are having this brand new beginning. You're able to move past the past. You're leaving the past behind, and you're having a brand new beginning in love here. This is beautiful. For those of you that are looking for a new beginning in love, whether it's with somebody new or a reconciliation, near future seems to really carry those energies. Let's take a look at the Judgment in the near future. Wow. Judgment is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles, which you just got, the Empress, which you get again in the near future, and the High Priestess. You're realizing this. You're like, yep, I get it. I get it. I know that this is a new beginning. I know we're starting over. Like, you feel it on an intuitive level. It's not just happening here in the 3D world. Even on an intuitive level, on a higher self level, you're realizing like, yep, me and my person, and as far as you're concerned, this is the person for you. Me and my person, we're having a new start. We're having a new beginning. This is a new phase, and it's beautiful. Near future is super, super promising. Packed with positive energy. Let's take a look at the Empress. The Empress is clarified by the King of Swords, the Chariot, and the Strength. Yeah, things are moving. Things are happening, okay? And again, Leo is showing up very, very strongly here. Things are moving and happening, and it seems to be like it's moving quite quickly, but it doesn't seem like that scares you or your person. It's literally like in the current situation, you're like, let's take things slow. I don't know where they stand. I don't know how they feel. I don't know how I feel. Blah, blah. And in the near future, you're like, okay, enough of that nonsense. Let's go. Like you go like, the Chariot is a very, very, very fast movement, and divinely guided movement at that. So for those of you that are interested in love, whether it's reconciliation or a new beginning, then or a new beginning with somebody new, the near future seems very promising. So let's take a look at what the universe wants you to keep in mind this month, Libra. From the universe, you get the Five of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Seven of Cups. The pain of the loss of this connection is what closed you off, right? You lost someone, a very serious connection in the past at some point, and it was that loss that essentially threw you into like a tailspin, a whirlwind, an emotional upheaval. And now, in the current situation, those walls are coming down. But if you find yourself still guarded, it's okay. The walls are going to come down naturally. You don't have to like force them to come down. Because I do see like a bit of a conflict internally for you in the recent past. In the current situation though, it seems like, you know, it's like the focus on the walls coming down and you not being as guarded, it's not even an issue that much anymore. So Libra, that is what I have for you. I hope this reading helped. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. And of course, if you enjoy what I do, please consider buying me a cup of coffee. Donation link is below, and any and every amount is greatly appreciated. Thanks for tuning in, Libra, and I will see you here on the next one.